Hello, I'm Dr. Cory Fawcett. Do you carry a balance on your credit card? If so, it's costing you a small fortune. Credit cards are so convenient and yet so deadly to your future financial wealth. I work one-on-one with clients to help them get their personal finances in order, get their debt paid off, get their retirement plan filled. I recently was working with a doctor who had a credit card balance of over $30,000 spread out over 3 credit cards. The average interest was 16%. Now what if we just took an example of half of that much? A $15,000 credit card bill that you float for 30 years. Just never, you're adding a little, pay off a little, but you're hanging around $15,000 for 30 years at 16%. What happens? 16% interest on that is $2,400 a year. Over a 30-year period, that's $72,000. In order to have that credit card with $15,000 balance just sit there, it's going to cost you $72,000. Well, that's not worth it. Well, not only that, it gets worse. What if you were to take that same money and invest it in your retirement plan instead? If you paid off the $15,000 and didn't have that hanging over you anymore, no more $15,000 float for the next 30 years, and you invested the money in your retirement plan, instead of the $2,400 you paid in interest, you can put $3,600 in your retirement plan because of the taxes. So you put the $3,600 in your retirement plan. If that grew at 5% a year for the next 30 years, you'd have $250,000 in your account. If on the other hand, you invested better, like most people do, and got 8.5%, which is easily doable over a 30-year period, you will have $500,000 in your retirement plan. $500,000 for that $15,000 you were floating on your credit cards. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you took 4% out every year, which is the standard retirement withdrawal rate, you could withdraw $20,000 a year for the rest of your life at that point. So that $15,000 that you could just paid off once is costing you $20,000 a year for the rest of your life. Plus, when you die, you'll give the balance to your kids afterwards. When you think about it that way, credit card debt is just not worth the price. So let me give you some rules for credit card use. Rule number 1, never buy anything from your credit card that wasn't already in your budget. It's not for spontaneous purchases. Rule number 2, always pay off your credit card at the end of the month. Don't leave a balance floating over to the next month. And rule number 3, if you ever violate rule number 1 or 2, cut up your credit cards because you're not able to follow the rules and it's going to cost you a fortune. Don't let credit cards hurt your financial future. My prescription for you today, pay off your credit cards and keep it that way. If you found this video helpful, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe below so you don't miss my future videos. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about in the future and connect up with me at drcorysfawcett.com. Thanks for letting me talk to you today. I'll see you later.